Hey kindergarten, welcome back to part 2 of Nature Walk. We are talking about how trees and plants respond to the changes in seasons. And you know, changes in seasons mean changes in weather. You've probably noticed, especially this weekend, that it's a lot warmer. We're all wearing short sleeves and maybe even our shorts and sandals. This tree is showing us that it's ready for spring too. If you look, you can see that this tree is covered in these cute little 4-petaled flowers. Now, if you recognize this, this is our dogwood. It is the state flower. This is another one of those that is making flowers before it makes leaves. If we look right behind this flower, do you see that? The leaves are going to come second. So the tree needs to make leaves to feed the plant. They're going to use sun and water, and they're going to make food. But the flowers are how this tree makes seeds and reproduces. So I'm going to let this go carefully. And while I'm standing here, we have been listening to the buzz above our heads. We're going to turn our camera around and try and show you all of the pollinators, the bees, that are buzzing around in the red bud. I'm going to be quiet for a second and see if we hear. All right, so those very busy little insects are pollinating our flowers and helping our tree make more seeds. Now, I want you to take a look with me real quick. We have this tree here that it's not doing anything. Now, do you think that tree is dead? Or do you think it's just waiting its turn? Well, I think it might just be waiting its turn. If you noticed in video 1, we talked about how they do different things at different times. Well, just like you guys, how many of you guys have lost a tooth yet? I know a couple of you have. Well, trees start growing leaves at different times, just like you guys start losing those teeth at different times. Some people in your class are taller and shorter. They're growing at different times, and our trees do that as well. We are going to take a look at a tree that is busy making leaves and making that green pollen that's all over your sidewalk and mom and dad's cars. It is the #1 cause of all your sneezes right now. All right, everybody say acorns. Well, what tree did those acorns come from? Think. My kids, you better know this. It's an oak tree. So, this big tree behind me is already making shade. It has leaves and little pollen tubes. Those leaves will make this a wonderful shade tree. Thank you, sweetheart. And it will help this tree have all the food it needs to make acorns. So if you follow me for a minute, we're going to take a look down here on the ground. This was a busy tree last fall. If you look, here's the top of an acorn, okay? And if I keep looking, we have some more.
A bottom of an acorn.
Yeah. Well, and some of them have been squashed into the yard by the lawnmower. And this one is broken open. It just so happens that we have some deer that like to visit our yard, and they come to eat these. Now, here's what I want you to think about. You might remember we talked about this last fall. Did that tree decide it was going to be really nice to the acorn, to the deer, and make food for it? Do you think? Hang on, car's going by. All right, well, you know, that tree, honestly, it fed the deer, and it fed the squirrels and probably some chipmunks, but it really didn't mean to. That tree was making seeds. These little acorns have baby plants inside them. Thank you, sweetheart.
Mommy.
And if you were to leave these on the ground and let the rain hit them and let the sun hit them, they would pop open and sprout baby oak trees. So this is how our trees reproduce, and those seeds will grow and change, and they will become very tall, lovely oak trees, as long as nobody runs them over with the lawnmower. Now, different bushes and trees do different things in the spring. You've probably noticed there's lots of flowers behind me, and you can see some of them are blooming and some of them are getting ready. I'm going to just walk over here and point. These are buds. They're flower buds. This bush is getting ready. It's not there yet. All right? We have a little tree here that I need to cut down, but it's busy making leaves. It's not making flowers. It will make its seeds in the fall. So, all of our plants and trees act differently in different seasons. How many of you have seen that Mom and Dad had to mow the lawn? That grass is starting to grow because there's warm sun and there's rain because it's spring. So, as spring continues, we will see changes in all of our plants. And I hope that you will go outside of your house and take a look around, find those leaves, find some buds, and look and see, are they tall, skinny buds? Are they full? Are they ready to have a leaf pop? Check out the trees, check out the flowers, and see what's growing around your house. Be careful what you touch and make sure Mom and Dad say it's safe. I hope you'll have some fun exploring how nature changes with our seasons. Have a good day, kindergarten.